We are a few months away from the NHL expansion draft that will see the Seattle Kraken get their first crack at adding more new players. I know they recently signed their first player the other day, but they'll get the opportunity to add players from other NHL teams through the expansion draft. One of them could be Jake Allen if the Canadiens leave him exposed. If they do, is it time for the Canadiens to put Cayden Primeau as the backup to Carey Price?
I think it's fair to say that Primeau, judging by his last 4 games, 4 goals against, he's not ready to play here yet. He's still young, 21 years old. He's still trying to understand, how to play at the NHL level. He has the potential. He's shown it before, but goaltending is, as we all know, is really a tough position. And, he's got to fine tune a lot of his technical part of his game. I mean, I was looking at some of his lateral movement and, he has a hard time pushing from left to right. And, he's going to get better. But at this particular time, I don't see him being able to do the job at the NHL level unless he makes obviously huge improvement, which he should do because he has the ability to do it.
Yeah, I don't think it would do his development any good to be Carey Price's backup. He was doing well with Laval, came up to the NHL, did not have the kind of performance that he was hoping for. So if he's sitting on the bench for the majority of the games and just watching his teammates play, it won't help his development. And this is supposed to be the guy that takes over the net when Carey Price is ready to retire. So you want to make sure that his development is rock solid and you don't cut any corners with him. So I would not, if Jake Allen is taken in the expansion draft, I would go out and try and find someone else to be Carey Price's backup.
If I'm Marc Bergevin, I'm on the phone right now with the Kraken GM, Francis, and saying, what do you want so that you won't take Jake Allen in the expansion draft?
Exactly what I was going to say.
Bergevin has a lot of draft picks in this upcoming draft, and I think it would be a smart idea for him to give up 1 or even if it costs 2 in the late rounds or whatever to keep Jake Allen, because watching Cayden Primeau the last 2 games, it was shocking how bad he was. I mean, he looked lost in the net. He was fighting the puck. He looked like a 7th round draft pick, and that's what he was. He played really well after he was drafted. He played well in Laval, but man, did he look bad in those 2 games. Like that. If Bergevin was thinking about possibly bringing him up next year, I can't imagine he is now. So I think there's a way Marc Bergevin can maneuver to make sure that Seattle doesn't take Jake Allen in the draft. I think there was a reason why Bergevin signed him to that 2-year contract extension as soon as he got Allen from St. Louis. Allen showed what he can do this year, so I mean, I'm sure Marc Bergevin doesn't want to go into next season after seeing what Cayden Primeau was like the last 2 games, having him up in the NHL.
And I mean, it's not a surprise that everyone went with the answers that they went with, but also Cayden Primeau, you're right, just not ready yet. And I mean, I know it was Stefan Waite, the old goaltender coach's wishes to have Cayden Primeau get a lot more seasoning in the American Hockey League. You have to hope that the Canadiens can at least continue with that, because they cannot risk affecting the development of the apparent next heir to Carey Price in goal, whenever that may be. So no harm in letting him stay in the American Hockey League another season, maybe even a second one if you really need to, considering the situation that's there. Let him dominate in the AHL, let him continue to develop, and then when it's time, let him come up. And I'm with you, Stu. If you're the Canadiens, do everything you can to keep Jake Allen in the organization, whether it's trading draft picks or whatever you need to do to ensure that the Kraken do not take Jake Allen in the expansion draft, because he's shown his worth as a backup for the Montreal Canadiens, and I think they should keep him. I believe he has 1 more year left on his contract, so I think if the Canadiens could keep him for another year, that would be great for the goaltending position. What do you, watching this video at home, think about this ordeal? Do you think the Canadiens would be better off with Cayden Primeau as a backup to Carey Price? Do you think the Canadiens should do everything they can to keep Jake Allen in the fold? Let us know in the comments section below, and visit hockeyinsideout.com to check out our full episode.